Hi, welcome back to the channel. Finally getting back into some movie reviews again after a bit of a hiatus on the channel. But I've got a very exciting new release to talk about, and that is Project Hail Mary. Got a chance to see this in London last night at an early screening. And this movie is bloody good. I think people are going to be really excited about this film. It's definitely going to end up on some top 10 of the year lists. Really good stuff. And this is a movie that I was a little apprehensive beforehand because I thought the trailers looked quite good, but it's definitely quite a quirky story. So this is adapted from the Andy Weir book, of course, obviously famous for The Martian as well. And whilst it's got a similar feel to The Martian, the story is a lot more odd and unique, I would say. And it's one of those where in the wrong hands, it probably wouldn't work at all. And it's kind of that fact on top of having these directors come in to do this who are most known for the Lego Movie and the Jump Street films. Done well over 10 years now, completely different ballpark to what you'd expect for a film of this scale. Think The Martian, you had obviously Ridley Scott directing the screenplay for that. So yeah, there was a few things about it where I thought, not 100% sure about this one. But of course, trusty Ryan Gosling always picks really interesting, really thoughtful projects. And generally speaking, he always does great movies. And this is of no exception. I absolutely love this film. And the more I'm thinking about it, even having just seen it yesterday, I love it even more.
Am I expendable? It's almost like you don't care if I die. Hold on, you have to talk about it?
The consensus here is that it would be preferable if you did not die.
Thanks, guys.
The movie is absolutely hilarious as well. That's something I wasn't ready for with this. I didn't realise that the comedy was kind of the primary focus of it, but the whole way through it's extremely humorous and like there's something about Ryan Gosling. He has such a talent for comedy. Like he's used to obviously playing a lot more stoic, kind of quieter characters, but I find that later in his career he really does have such a knack for comedy, and the timing and the moments through this are just so good. It had me laughing through the whole film, and it's not like it doesn't fall into that trap of big movies now, like especially something that superhero films struggle with. I think is, you know, they're dealing with massive stakes like this film, you know, dealing with world-ending huge stakes, and their way of diffusing the tension is let's stick a one-liner in, almost like they're kind of presenting it to the audience to be like, look, let's not take it too seriously, let's bring the energy down and just have a one-liner. And it always feels kind of contrived to me. I've never really liked that trend in modern big blockbuster movies. And with this, the comedy is not like that at all. It's not one-liners, it's not big moments, it's subtle things just constantly all the way through. It's in the way the characters interact with each other. There are jokes that loads of people probably will go straight over their head or they won't find funny, and other things they'll absolutely love. So it's just got a really nice natural feel about it, and it just made it so entertaining to watch. Honestly, some of the moments in this just had me on the floor laughing because, yeah, just so good, the comedy. One of the things I really loved about this is nothing is dumbed down. It's a very intelligent film, but it's also delivered in a way that is very digestible to an average Joe like me. You know, from my understanding, I haven't read the book, but apparently it's a very big book and quite exposition heavy with all the scientific jargon and the kind of technical aspects of the film, which I can imagine on screen, unless you're really nerdy and paying proper attention to the film every second, it would be very easy to get lost. But I feel like here they do it in a way which keeps it intelligent, keeps it thought-provoking, but it doesn't make it too difficult where it's a chore to follow along with. It's not like Tenet, where you're sitting there through the whole film just going, there's no way anybody could keep up with what's going on here. I think they handled it really well. Like, you know, back when Drew Goddard did the screenplay for The Martian, I think they did that really well, kept it smart, but also made it easy to watch. And similarly with films like The Big Short, you know, you think of all the economic jargon being delivered in that film. It could easily get too technical and boring and difficult to follow for a normal person who's not like educated in the subject. But they make it very digestible to watch, and I really appreciate that about it, because for the modern blockbuster especially, a lot of them end up getting too dumbed down, where everything is kind of spoon-fed to the audience. It doesn't give anyone kind of enough credit for thinking. So it's a difficult balance to get right, and I think this movie does an amazing job with that. So yeah, I really appreciated that about this. But yeah, this personally just ticks all of my boxes of things that I would want to see in a modern blockbuster. Seeing something much more original like this, adapting this quirky story, turning it into something massive, something thought-provoking, and just putting so much care and attention to detail in it. I just really love that about the movie. And it's not without its blockbuster moments. You know, there's some really great scenes and sequences. It's got a lot of feel-good moments as well. Like it does still kind of have that real heart going through it, where you've got the big character relationships and the moments that really are going to have people probably clapping in the cinema. It's going to get people emotional. It's got all those big moments, but you just feel like there's a lot more heart running through this film than you typically get from things of this scale nowadays. Like the main relationship between Ryan Gosling and the alien life form, Rocky, as he calls it in the film, I just absolutely love their relationship. Like, this was one of the aspects I was talking about where I thought, how are they going to make this work? You know, having just like a spider rock in space turn up in the middle of nowhere and have them kind of communicate with each other and develop a plan together and a friendship like that. It just sounds so ridiculous. You think they're never going to be able to pull that off. And they do a wonderful job of it here. Like, by the end of the film, there are certain moments that happen where you just feel so like emotionally invested in their friendship, and the creative ways they kind of work out how they're going to communicate with each other and work things out. It's just so well done. It really is quite amazing, and you'll be shocked by how engaged you are by all of this stuff as you're going through it. I think they've done such a good job with it, because as I say, it's something on paper that could be very silly if it wasn't handled right. I would say there's just a couple of small things, a couple of small issues that I had with the movie that stopped it being like a full 5-star perfect film, because I really did love this, but just a couple of things that held it back for me. And I do think these are things that could be ironed out on a rewatch, like knowing what's coming and just kind of settling and enjoying that. I could get more from it. And this is no spoilers here, don't worry. But I found the final 30 minutes or so not entirely satisfying, because it's one of those stories where, again, I don't know how different this is to the book, but it's one of those where you think it's going one direction, you're kind of thinking it's coming up to its natural conclusion and ending, and then it kind of picks up again and goes a different direction to what you're expecting, and then goes another direction. And I find with a film that's already has quite a long running time, you end up feeling a bit frustrated that you don't really know where it's going, and it's kind of almost feels like it's starting up again, where you feel like there's a natural conclusion coming. And these are things that, for me, I have felt this before, where I watch the movie again and just accepting it for what it is and going through it, I'm like, oh no, I'm completely fine with that. I really enjoyed that, knowing that. I actually had this watching the Kill Bill whole bloody affair even in cinema recently, because I never really loved the ending of Kill Bill 2. But watching it again, knowing what was coming, I just settled in and accepted it, and I absolutely loved it. And I think this could be a similar situation to that. So it's always difficult to know how you feel about certain elements on a first time watch, I find. But they were literally the only tiny things for me that held this back from being a 5-star film. But I have to say, I absolutely loved this, and I'd highly recommend you go and see this when it comes out this week on the big screen, of course. So yeah, I'm going to give this one a 4.5 out of 5. Fantastic film. I'm really looking forward to seeing this one again. So guys, do let me know down in the comments what you think of Project Hail Mary, if you've had a chance to see it yet. Would love to know all your thoughts. Do let me know, guys, as well, what you think of the new setup. I know it looks like I bought HMV since you last saw me, for frequent viewers of the channel. I'm in a nice new cozy setup here because I've moved house and everything. So that's why I'm in. It's been so long since my last review. But yeah, would love to hear your guys' thoughts on that as well. If you'd kindly let me know down below. But anyway, appreciate you all watching as always. Do take care, and I'll see you soon.